Hi, welcome to another session of Wing Chun Class. In this episode, I'd like to talk about the bridge. In Chinese martial arts and as well as Wing Chun, the bridge is very important. The reason for that is we don't want to just punch blindly and hope that you're gonna get to your opponent just by speed alone. We want to use and utilize the bridge to get to your opponent. Picture the bridge being a natural bridge and your opponent being a castle, and there's like a moat in the middle, like a river, and or a canal, and you kind of need to get onto the bridge, to cross the bridge, to get to the castle to attack your opponent, the castle being the body. So what happens is you don't look for the bridge because that would be chasing hands. But obviously if you're in a duel and you're having exchanges, your hands are going to touch. And when your hands do touch, that is when you acquire the bridge. So what happens is in Wing Chun class, we practice always on the bridge. Like if you go to a class in Wing Chun, and the 2 hours you're there, you're spending practically the entire 2 hours on the bridge. Which is, you do your bong, your tan, and then your palm strike. That's what we call a tan chi, a single hand chi sao. So, and it's, both hand chi sao is the same thing, same problem. You go bong, you go tan, and then you palm strike. So you get accustomed to doing that all the time, and you end up learning as a bad habit living on the bridge. And this is what you don't want to do, as I call it living on the bridge. And because in class you're both at the same level, so you end up staying on the bridge, which is for practice is good, but for actual application, if you do that, that would be bad. So let me illustrate it a little bit in more detail. So let's say you're doing the bong, you're doing the tan, and then you're going to do the attack. In class, we do the bong, and this area, that's the beginning area of the bridge is here, as well as where your opponent is. That's the beginning, and that's where you don't want to stay. You only stay there for just a millisecond because you want to get past here, and you would want to get onto your opponent. So you don't want to stay here on your arm as well as your opponent. You don't want to stay there. You want to stay past the arm onto the attack at the castle. So the bong, this is your arm and this is your opponent's arm. This is the bong. Let's say if you manage to make the contact as a bridge with the bong, because let's say your opponent is stronger than you and he forces you into a bong. So in the bong you want to do the tan. So instead of coming up here to do the tan and then strike from this far away, which is not as good, as you're doing the tan, you're already moving the hand forward. By the time you finish tanning, if that is a word, tanning, you've already halfway past that arm and your arm. You've already gone from here to here, as well as your opponent. You've gone from the beginning of his bridge to passing his bridge, so that when you go from the bong to the tan you're already here. So now when it comes to attack, you just do this. You're already there now. You're very easy now to attack because you're right at the castle. Same thing as if you're doing it from the other side. Once again, this is the opponent's left arm. This is your right arm. You go into a stalemate here because the hand happened to cross like this as you're fighting. It could be open hand, it could be fisted, and you feel that you're not getting anywhere. So as you're going to do the hun from underneath, instead of doing the hun here, you're not gaining any space. So what you need to do is you go hun. As soon as you come up, as you're huning, you're already made progress and you're already passing the bridge. So as soon as you come up after the hun, you can easily attack the castle right there and then because you're already there, because you've advanced as you're Huning. Rather than in class, we always end up doing the Hun from here and living always here, which is good for practice, but you have to make sure that you understand the concept, that you are advancing as you're doing these moves, Hun from the outside or Tan from the inside. So as you're tanning, you're moving forward. As you're Huning, you're moving forward. Otherwise, you're going to develop this bad habit of staying on the bridge, and you're going to end up not getting to your opponent's body or the castle. So that's the lesson of the week. Don't live on the bridge. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye.